Welcome to the show that'll keep you from falling behind during the week. With your hostesses with no ghostesses, Jackie and Belinda, here for the Friday Ketchup on the Paraquest Radio Network.
Hello everybody, welcome to the last week of Friday Ketchup. Hi Jackie.
Hello.
Aww. Oh wow. The final
3 years strong.
3 years strong. We almost made it to our anniversary, so that's not too bad. Greg and Serenity, our network owners, have decided to disband because, you know, not many shows were getting a lot of people coming to it. So thank you very much for making us who we are on this network, and thank you to my moron neighbour who decides to ride past on his motorcycle right now. Yeah, so we wish them well in whatever they choose to do next, and we are probably going to live on in some other format, but we will still be Friday Ketchup.
Or maybe we'll get a facelift and change our name, because if we end up doing a podcast on a Tuesday...
Yeah, true. Although, who knows? Who cares? We'll figure something out. So we're not going to disappear. You'll just have to watch our Facebook space.
Yes.
But I'm still going to be Friday Ketchup on there because I don't care. So.
And because she doesn't know how to change her name.
No, it's not that. It's just there's certain family people I don't want to find me. That's my excuse and I'm sticking to it.
Translation: she doesn't know how to fix her how to change her name on Facebook.
Nah. Oh my goodness. So
hey, it's the last show. It is fair game. We can do whatever we want, and that means I can make as much fun of you as I want.
So how many times are we going to hear the koala call today?
Well, I don't have a GoPro, so you lucked out on that one. I think you did it on purpose.
I didn't do anything, I swear.
Yeah, you're right. You can't even... you don't even know how to change your name on Facebook. But if you were more technically savvy, I would say that you somehow managed to mess up my GoPro because you predicted that this was going to be our last show. You knew.
Might as well get my money's worth. No. But the reason, because I'm just going to segue off that with no segue, the reason I have that soundbite, oh my gosh, the most terrible thing happened in northern Queensland.
You just had to look down and see where it was, didn't you?
No.
The most terrible thing happened in... Pause as I look down. Northern Queensland!
My geography's garbage. Ask my mum. Seriously. It's not about reading the thing. I'm trying to remember where Bowen was. Anyway, anybody who is not from Australia probably hasn't heard of this one unless you read it on my post on Facebook, in which case, well, you know exactly what I'm about to say. The big mango went missing. Oh, that's terrible.
That was your cue.
No, not yet.
You should have done it again.
Nah, I'm not editing. Oh my goodness. So anyway, the council and everybody woke up the other morning and they're looking at the park and they're going, there's something wrong. There's something wrong. And then someone said the mango's missing. Oh no! There, is that better?
That's right, people. 3 years, and this is the effort we put into this. That's right.
Well, I don't know. I don't think we can reach the awesomeness of our two network owners, so why bother trying? Anyway, so yeah, the big mango has gone bye-byes. There was word that perhaps Clive Palmer, who put a giant dinosaur on his golf course, may have something to do with it. There were skits around the place and sketches and, the funny comic strips and stuff, political crap. And there was one where the dinosaur was walking up to Big Mango and went, "Ooh, a dinosaur egg," and basically walked away with it on its tail. I'm like, yep, because Clive Palmer's trying to get into Parliament, so that's not going to happen. He wouldn't touch the big nearly said the big pineapple. The big mango. Yeah. But there has been word since it went missing as to just what happened to the mango. So we've got a clip here. Probably not copyrighted, but who cares? And I bet it'll... Oh no, it says, "How do you borrow the big mango?" And then it's got these two moron people waving from the side of it.
I knew there was something going on, but I didn't know what. I've heard talk about this for ages, but I thought we're doing it as a job, but not like this.
Just a running commentary, so, it's a video for us. They are unhooking the mango. They are levering the mango. They are lifting the mango. They are using cranes and goodness knows what. And now they're going to use 2 cranes to basically carry it away. And we'll keep going because the audio of the little girl is classic.
Make her love the mango.
Yep. Bye, mango.
Mango song.
Where is that big mango? We don't know where they put it. But yeah, it was taken by a fast food chain.
Ooh.
My educated guess is Nando's. I don't know. We will have to wait and see. But guess what? You'll all just have to do your own research because we're not coming back next week.
That's true. That's true. Rub it in, Belinda. Jeez.
Oh, it's terrible. But, how the frick does someone lose a bloody big mango?
That's okay. Either my audio wasn't coming through or you are really good at ignoring me.
No. It's just... surely 2 massive cranes carrying a massive mango down the main street of Bowen might raise an eyebrow. Maybe.
Nah.
Although, that being said, the big mango is not the only big thing that's gone missing around Australia lately.
Belinda, breakfast radio. Third thing, I'm really trying to make a really, really nasty joke here.
What?
Something along the lines of hard up and big like a something else hard, and yeah, I'm trying really hard, but I hadn't quite worked out the wording yet.
Yeah, because I'm going to try and avoid editing as much as possible. Yeah.
Again, why edit? What are they going to do? Kick us off the air? Oh, wait!
Rub it in, whatever.
That's what I said earlier. Like, seriously, we could go nuts. We could do whatever we wanted. What are they going to do? Kick us off the air?
Well, I don't want to get Greg and Serenity fines on our last episode either, so, Anyway, the National Rock Garden is designed to showcase rocks from all over Australia.
Because that's totally interesting. That's a really good way to spend taxpayer money.
Considering Canberra is where all the politicians gather to have their little powwows, yep.
Coincidence? I think not.
So the stolen rock from Bendigo was donated by a mining company to symbolise Victoria's gold rush history. Rock Garden chairman Brad Pillins, wow, that guy has an interesting job, says flecks of gold in the rock may have attracted thieves. They've trucked the rock away. They may well try to crush it up and extract the gold. Silly thing is, they've caused thousands of dollars of damage to the exhibition and taken a rock which will be difficult to replace. All for perhaps $200 worth of gold.
Wow.
The display actually consists of 3 rocks, one of which is 6 tons, so that wasn't touched, you think. But the most spectacular rock, which was actually mounted on top of the larger rock and secured with 3 metal pins, would have required a crane. They
should have talked to the mango people.
Maybe they should be just... I don't know. It would be a bit unusual for your neighbour to turn up with a big white rock. So basically their word of mouth thing is, if any of your neighbours get a rather large rock as their new rock feature in their garden, let us know. So, no, they don't have the Crime Stoppers phone number in here, but I'm thinking, they probably should. Oh my goodness. So yeah, shit's gone missing all over Australia, and just for the sake of it... Yeah! Interesting. Very, very interesting.
You know, this kind of thing could only happen in Australia.
Well, I don't know, you got some pretty weird shit happening over there all the time too.
Well, yeah. Oh, speaking of weird shit, have you heard of that strange phenomenon that's been happening since, 2011? It's the strange noises in the sky.
No.
It started back in, like I said, 2011, and at first it kind of sounds like just a boom. Doesn't really make any sense. And they're thinking, okay, sonic boom, practical joker, something. But as time goes on, it starts to sound more and more like a trumpet, or like an old-fashioned battle horn, almost. And up until 2013, which, as far as I know, it's still happening in 2014, but the video that I saw only went up to 2013. As time goes on, it steadily gets louder and louder, and it's getting closer and closer. It's really creepy. Now, here's the really creepy part, though. It's happening all over the world. It's not just one central location. It's happening in China, New York. They actually filmed it during a baseball game somewhere in the U.S. I didn't see who was playing at the time. Wouldn't have mattered anyway. But
it's baseball. It was probably the only thing interesting that happened all day.
Probably. I don't know. See, my dad, he turns at the baseball game so he can take a nap.
Seriously?
Yeah. The American way, let me tell you.
See, I do that with the cricket. If I am desperately in need of sleep and cannot find my way, I will switch the cricket over out like a light.
But the weird part is, the people that study the Earth, I'm not entirely sure, geomagneticist or whatever. The fancy people that study the Earth. Yeah. They say it's not coming from the ground. The Air Force and people that study, the atmosphere, it's not coming from the air, and NASA has reported that it's not coming from space. They have no idea where this is coming from.
Me think someone's telling porkies.
There's a whole video of it.
Seriously? You believe the military and NASA that it's not coming from space?
I believe NASA, but I don't know about the Air Force. But I do believe the scientists.
The fact that it's not coming from Earth?
Yeah.
That I'd believe because, seismic crap. Surely something that loud would be probably leaving some sort of a mark.
Oh yeah, definitely. And But it sounds like in some part, like I'll have to show you the video later. In some parts of the video, it sounds like a horn, and in other parts, kind of like cities, it sounds almost like you know how when you play, like when someone overpowers their bass and you get that deep rumbling sound,
The reverberation or whatever it is.
yeah, that's what it kind of sounds like, and you can kind of pick out the sound of a horn, but like in more wooded areas, it sounds almost like a moan or a howl, like woo. It's really eerie.
Someone ain't telling the truth.
Well, of course, you know exactly who's stepping forward and going, "It's the coming of times! It's the 7 trumpets of the second coming of Christ," or whatever.
Ragnarok!
Actually, I discovered it on Ragnarok, so...
Oh my goodness.
I was like, aw, snap.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so this will be the people that, the end of the world as we know it, REM, that were forced to handle their money back, I hope. And they kind of need another cash. IV, maybe.
Well, that's what the whole Ragnarok thing was. It was just a publicity stunt to try and get get more people to pay attention to the Viking reenactment group people in England.
Well, I don't know. I was telling the kiddo that, maybe they should up security in Johannesburg or wherever the hell they're filming the next Avengers movie, because it'd be a shit to lose Loki, and her answer to that was, Loki's not in this one. I'm like,
yep.
My kid's such a nerd.
Hey, that's not fair. I was going to point out the same thing.
No, I loved her line the other week when we were begging her to leave the room so we could record, and you tried to bribe her with, "I'll tell you information about," what was it? Frickin' that other program.
S.H.I.E.L.D. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah, and she goes, "You don't know anything more about it than I do."
Yeah, but I've got the power of Google and I can type faster.
And your mother's on the computer, so nah. Oh my goodness.
No, I think my favorite line that your kid has ever said is, "But I want to do my homework."
And it's math homework too. That's what made it even more of a kick in the guts. It's like, oh, my child is not normal.
You have an hour. Go find something else to do. Go play. Go do whatever. "But, Mom, I want to do my homework."
Oh my
What?
goodness.
I'm sitting there thinking, when I was that age, if my mom said go take her break, I'd be like, hell yeah, and throw everything across the room.
And wouldn't see for dust, and trying to get you to sit back down again to do it would be like, just not going to happen.
Exactly. It's like, that's awesome dedication. I wish I had that kind of dedication when I was in school.
Oh well, it's all good. She's a darling in the end. Okay, my next note on here is to talk about books. Have you read anything?
Yeah.
Really?
No.
Fudgesicles. Okay.
I had this whole plan worked out. Oh man, it was brilliant, because I was like, hey, wait a minute. I did read some books during the break, and I don't think I talked about all of them. Hey, I could just go back through my reading list, find one of those, and I'll just pretend like I read it recently. And then I got so distracted because, again, I've been sitting on the news of, we're cutting you guys all day.
And I've been at work.
So I just kind of forgot.
Oh well, that's all good. I finished A Corner of White by Jacqueline Moriarty. Finally! It only took me 2
Moriarty!
weeks.
Sorry.
Moriarty.
Sherlock.
Yeah. It's called A Corner of White, but there ain't no point. Just saying. While I was still reading A Corner of White, I had the chance to hop on NetGalley and pick up Marianne's latest book by Angry Robot, which will be available on April 29th, called Peacemaker. And it is a book that is so blended in its genres that pretty much, if you have an interest in reading of pretty much any genre, you will find something in this book. So there's Old Western, there is cityscape dystopia, there is supernatural themes, there's like a thread of Native American mythos type stuff in there. There is Australian humour, there is dog collecting, and, kick-ass female lead character. It's just awesome. And the thing is, I got that done in under 24 hours.
Wow.
So usually my NetGalley reads, it's like, eh. I think I spent more time actually charging my e-reader or my tablet than I did actually reading. That's how quickly I was getting through it. And, because you sit there and then, you got to cook dinner or something, and I don't know whether you've got the Kindle app, but one of the new things on the Kindle app is it will actually, sort of do mathematics, and I don't like it when things do mathematics around me because it makes me feel inadequate. But it tells you how long it's going to take you to finish the book. So when I open the book, because NetGalley is a thing where you can get a book for a limited amount of time for the purpose of reviewing it, just in case you didn't know what NetGalley was, everybody. So I didn't realise that Kindle app had this function. So I'm thinking, I've got 2 hours and 30 minutes to read this freaking book. Oh my god, I'm never going to get it finished in 2 hours and 30 minutes. So I turned it off and walked home, because of course I was at the library. And then I turn it back on when I get home and it says 6 hours and 50 minutes. I'm like, well, that's better. I can do that. So I'm sitting down and I'm reading, and apparently I was reading too slow because the next thing you know, it's 7 hours. I'm like, wow, I'm getting more time with this. This is awesome. And then I realised, oh no, it's telling you you're reading really slowly. So, eventually it got down to half an hour, and I think I got it finished in half that. So it's like, yes, very happy. Yeah, and after I finished that one yesterday, I finished The Corner of White, and I jumped straight into The Cracks in the Kingdom, which is book 2 of that series by Jacqueline Moriarty. And I've only been reading it for about 24 hours or so. I'm nearly 200 pages in. So the second book is worlds away different and better than the first one. So if you're going to read it, maybe only read the last 20 pages of The Corner of White, because that's really the only bit out of the whole friggin' thing that makes any friggin' sense. The rest of it's just fluff. And I've actually put a little post-it note thingy, because I've got all these cute little post-it notes, because I review books and I'm awesome. And she actually describes one particular thing in here as breathtakingly pointless. And I think I'm going to have to slip that into my review somewhere, because technically the first book, A Corner of White, is breathtakingly pointless. Seriously, it's written beautifully, the imagery's great, but there's no point. Oh my god. Rah. So yeah, 3 books this week, technically. So, yay me! And then I've got all my critiquing to do for Sunday. Woohoo! Woohoo! So what else have we got to talk about, or are we going to finish early and get the hell out of here?
Well, let's see. Okay, so you guys remember that 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks when we air, I was in New Orleans.
Mm-hmm.
And I was talking about this. I know I posted a picture of him. I don't remember if I talked about him or not, but I posted a picture of this really awesome street performer who wore this entire. He created this outfit I'm not entirely sure what he was going for, but he made everything, and he had like all sorts of like paint splatters and zip ties everywhere, and he walked around on stilts.
Oh, that guy, yeah.
Yeah, he was deemed my street performer.
Mm-hmm.
So I was searching because I started following Wizard World Comic Con New Orleans, and they showed the winners of the costume contest. And I saw that guy. He won Best Male.
Cool.
I was like, oh, and then I saw that he had a Facebook. So my life has become, I'm the type of person that I'm friends with street performers on Facebook.
That you really only met while you were in New Orleans. Probably tanked on, what was it, grenades and hurricanes?
Yeah. No, I think I was relatively sober at this point because it was on a Friday and I was actually not too tanked yet.
Oh, I sent you a story that I want you to read too.
Oh, of course. Of course.
But
I saw it. I was going to pretend like I didn't notice it.
For old time's sake.
But no, the funny thing is, okay, so really quickly, we won't stay on it, but just really quickly, Arizona passed a bill that basically allows businesses to refuse service to gays.
Yep.
So I went on Facebook and I said, I have an idea. Why don't we take all the gay people and the gay supporters out of Arizona and take all the bigots and the people that are against it, the anti-gay people, and send them to Arizona. And then we just kind of get rid of it. Just cut it out of the country. Ta-da.
And then it can be like an ununited state of the United States.
Exactly. I thought it would be a great idea because, you know, they don't like gays and they could have their own little country.
And we don't like them. So go for it.
Exactly. Well, my ex happens to be from Arizona, and he is so ridiculously proud of this fact because he is an effing moron.
Oh, come on. You and he produce one of the most amazing kids ever.
Not that ex.
Oh, the other ex. Okay.
The other.
Oh, the other one. Yeah, okay. Moron. Yep.
Yep. I wouldn't call John a moron.
No, he's a sweetheart.
But,
that's where you're supposed to agree, dear.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so back to the moron.
Yes, back to the actual moron. So he's going on talking about that kind of shit doesn't happen where he lives, and if it does, he's gonna start straight bashing. And I was like, it must be so nice being in your head, where it's all ignorant and fluff.
Could you imagine straight bashing happening in Russia?
Oh my god. But anyway, so I finally just got tired of it and just got rid of him. I was like, I'm sorry, guys. I know that was really painful. Because by that point, a couple of people had commented. But no one jumped in when he was talking. I'm like, yeah, that's because everyone's going, you idiot. And too busy face-palming to actually type anything. And then this guy, that street performer, comes on and starts talking. And I'm like, oh my god, not only is he really cool, he has a really cool costume, walks around New Orleans as a street performer, but he's also really intelligent, too. Oh my god, I think I'm in love.
Aww.
I've never seen his face. I don't even know his name. But I think I'm in love with him, and I might run away with him.
Hang on. To New Orleans?
Yes.
Okay. Just so we know where you're going to run away to, so that, you know, if we need to find you.
And by the way, New Orleans.
No, New Orleans.
No, it's New Orleans, damn it.
Nuh-uh.
No, you can correct me every time I mispronounce something Australian. I'm going to correct you when it is clearly Southern. No, it's New Orleans, damn it.
There's no I. It's not ins.
New Orleans.
Read this story.
New Orleans, you don't ever hear New Orleans. You hear you hear Nolans.
Well, that's even more wanky. Read the story.
Fine. I hate you.
No, you don't.
stampede! Hoof it on over to Facebook. Kidding. Oh god, some of these names are really impressive. Oh god, I'm gonna have to read them too. Crap. I hate you more.
Is there a video that plays?
No.
I'm just asking because I grabbed the link and closed it immediately because I didn't know whether there would be or not.
I don't think... No, there's no video.
Okay, so I can open it and make fun of you, right? That's cool.
I hope you choke on a peanut.
No, you don't. I'm not eating any peanuts.
Yet.
No.
Anyway. Pussy Riot members detained again. On the heels of the closing ceremonies... It's over already? Oh.
Yeah.
Well.
Finished last weekend.
Oh. Well then. Okay then. At the... Is it Sachi or Saki?
Sochi.
See, I've been saying it right all this time. Yes!
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, members of the activist punk band Pussy Riot have been detained again, because apparently they enjoy that whole history repeats itself.
Mm-hmm.
Russian police detained hundreds of protesters during a demonstration against the sentences of 7 men who were recently convicted of rioting and violence against police in May of 2012, and given sentences of 2.5 to 4 years. The men were protesting Putin's return.
That's why I got you to read it.
I hate that guy's name. Ugh! Putin and Pussy Riot should not be in the same story ever.
And yet, how many is that now we've done? It's got to be at least 3.
3 or 4. And you make me read it every time.
Because
you suck.
No, because it's funny.
Because you suck.
Hey, I could have made you read one
they're in the
last
next
week.
Twilight. Oh!
I spoke over that one, so no. I could have made you read one last week too. Before they
I'll just work my joke in again later.
Okay. That's cool.
The men were protesting Putin's return to the presidency for his 3rd term. Pussy Riot's Maria Alakina and Nadezhda Tolokonikova were both arrested in the protest. Alakina tweeted a photo of the pair at the protest, writing that they were in a police van with 30 people without air or light. They were detained twice, according to Reuters, first outside a courthouse and later near the Kremlin. Activists and lawyers say the men's sentences were harsh in order to send a message that the kind of protest currently happening in Kiev, Ukraine, where dozens have been killed in the bloody protest, would not be tolerated in the state. These 2 members of Pussy Riot were released late last year as a result of an amnesty bill in which many saw to be as a move to garner favor from Western critics leading up to the Winter Olympics in Sochi. They have made it clear that they have no intention of quieting their criticisms of the Kremlin and have said they will focus some of their attention on prison reform.
Mm-hmm. And then Pussy Riot members freed. See, I'll read this one.
Free Pussy Riot!
The 2 remaining imprisoned Pussy Riot members were released from prison Monday under Russia's new amnesty law. The pair slammed the move and accused President Vladimir Putin for freeing them as a public relations effort to smooth out international human rights criticism ahead of their Winter Olympics. This is not an amnesty, this is a hoax and a PR move. One of the members, Maria Blah, told Russian television station, according to the AP, she said if she'd been given the option, she'd have finished out her sentence, which ended in March. I think this is an attempt to improve the image of the current government a little before Sochi Olympics, particularly for the Western Europeans. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah. The Pussy Riot is free!
Free the Pussy Riot!
Apparently they also had another, I don't want to say riot, demonstration. I don't know what they're demonstrating, probably the same thing again, and they got beaten by the what is it? The police dudes in Russia. I think it starts with S. Can't remember. Anyway.
Shitheads? Oh, that's not right.
Hey, no. There's only one Putin in that place.
No, see, he's the Putin, they're the follow-through.
Hi to all our Russian listeners. Just in case. My goodness.
Hey, if we have any Russian listeners, and they're probably on our side of all of this.
Probably, because if they're not, we're about to go and join Maria and what's his name up Putin Creek without a paddle.
Follow through. I'm so proud of myself for that one. Oh my god.
Oh dear. You got anything?
No. My brain did that. You've never heard of anything again, ever in your life. Nothing. You have been nothing but a bump on the log.
Okay.
I don't know why my brain does that, but it goes into instant interrogation mode. No, I deny all your accusations.
Here's one. How hotel rooms turn us into idiots. What? Why is that even an article?
I beg to differ. It was the alcohol before I got to the hotel room that turned me into an idiot.
Okay, late one night in an Austrian hotel, Ed Perkins was returning to bed after answering nature's knock. More Putin. When he tripped and cut his head on a piece of furniture, and an American traveller worried that the Innsbruck hotel would charge him for the stay in line, and blah blah blah.
Ew.
Who cares? It's just about a guy who tripped over a coffee table. Jeez. What the hell has that got to do with... What? That's stupid.
Again, it was the alcohol I consumed before I got to the hotel that made me an idiot.
What else have we got?
Oh, by the way, I did forget to tell you a couple of stories. From the New Orleans trip.
Go for it.
Okay, so as I explained, we were staying in a relatively fancy hotel, and as everyone is well aware by now, I'm a smoker, and unfortunately, can't smoke in the hotel. So, you have to get on the elevator, travel 9 flights down, walk outside. Well, we'd been walking around all day. My feet were swollen. I was in pain. I was like, yeah, screw it. I'm not going to put shoes on. I don't care if this is a fancy hotel.
Mm-hmm.
So I went down the elevator, walked through the lobby of this really fancy hotel, and stood outside and smoked a cigarette wearing a jacket and no shoes. And I'm like, I sat there and I started evaluating my life.
As you do.
And I think that was actually the time that I was also drinking my little glass of rum that I got from the hotel bar. And I was evaluating my life. I was like, I don't fit well in high-class society for this reason right here.
Mm-hmm.
The other story that I forgot to mention was on the day of the convention, I got dressed up into costume. I think I told you, but I don't think I said it on air. Got dressed up for the convention. I was wearing a corset, a red cape, and tennis shoes.
Yep.
Because Odin has to be comfortable, damn it. And I'm standing outside this nice hotel, and these guys walk up to me and they say, "Excuse me, are you going to the convention?" I looked down at myself, I looked back up, and I had a split second of trying to decide if I wanted to give the smart-ass answer or the real one. Because what almost came out of my mouth was, nope, I always dress like this. Aren't I fabulous? But no, I settled for the boring answer.
Mm-hmm.
I did, however, get to use that joke later when some guy randomly appeared from behind me.
Okay.
Like, we were walking and we were doing our usual raunchy, look at me, I'm so fabulous stuff. I had no idea what we were talking about. I wasn't even drunk.
Mm-hmm.
Should have been, though. But anyway, and this guy just randomly pops out from behind me and he's like, oh, you can't miss the convention hall. Trust me, it's massive. And I was like, whoa, where the hell did you come from? And he said, he was walking a little slower behind us, and he just overtook us. He's like, I take it you're going to the convention. Nope, I always dress this way. And then I started celebrating on the sidewalk. Because I got to do my joke. Because, you can't just let a good joke like that go to waste. You gotta use it somehow.
Exactly. Is that all?
Yes. Well, everything that I can tell you on air, anyway.
Okay. Doctor Who's Matt Smith, Karen Gillan, and Arthur Darvill are coming to Australia. Woohoo!
Yay!
They're not coming to Brisbane.
Whoever his manager is, or their manager is, needs to be fired.
Yeah.
Because they're going to be in Melbourne on the 1st, Perth on the 2nd,
No.
Adelaide on the 8th, and
No.
No.
Sydney,
on
Perth,
the 1st.
Adelaide, Melbourne. So
yeah,
that's,
and I'm thinking, what?
and
Why would you do that?
Sunday the 2nd of March has actually been crossed out, so whether that means they've sold out or they're just not doing it, I don't know. But Sydney and Perth are on complete opposite sides of the country.
Yeah, like, I knew that was pretty bad because I was reading comments on this one article, and they're like, why would they do that?
Because they're wankers.
And someone said, well, obviously he's going to have a TARDIS, so I went and looked it up.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm kind of like you with American geography. I don't know anything about Australia.
Mm-hmm.
But then, after he finishes all of this in Australia, he then turns around, comes back to the United States, and on March 29th, I believe, he's doing another Wizard World Comic Con in Louisville, Kentucky.
Oh. Okay.
His manager needs to be shot.
Or at least be realistic about, jet lag.
Yeah, Sydney and then Perth, like, the next day. What?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, so I'll go through the price stuff. Okay. A, B, and C reserve, respectively. A is $150, B is $125, and C is $100. This includes reserve seats for onstage panel with the 3 guests, access to the merchandise room, doors open at 3 p.m, Sydney, Perth and Adelaide, and 4:30 p.m, Melbourne. Okay, the silver package, $650, includes entry to full day of events, autographs from Smith, Gillan and Williams, individual photographs with the trio, silver reserve seating, access to merch room, potential
Williams?
additional... that's what they had written here. I think they meant Darvill. Anyway.
Yeah.
Weirdos. Someone's a bit of a Who fan.
Rory Williams. Oops.
Potential additional photo opportunities. Doors open at 9 a.m. Sydney, Perth and Adelaide, and 10 a.m. in Melbourne. The gold package includes entry to full day of events, autographs from Matt Smith, Gillan, and they said Williams again, individual and group autographs with the trio. Gold...
I want that one!
Gold reserve seating, access to merchandise room, first in line for additional photo opportunities. Doors open at 9 a.m. Sydney, Perth, Adelaide, and 10 a.m. in Melbourne. Guess how much that one is?
I don't know.
$950.
Jeez.
And then, this is the kicker. You know how they're all talking about additional photo opportunities and all that?
Yes.
Okay. Additional photo and autograph ops. Okay? Arthur Darvill is $50 for an autograph. Karen Gillan is $50 for an autograph. Matt Smith is $80 for an additional autograph.
Jesus.
Photographs. Arthur and Karen...
I guess I can't really say anything because here it was $99 for Matt Smith, autograph, $99 for Matt Smith photo op.
Arthur Darvill and Karen Gillan, $60 for an additional photo. Matt Smith, $100 for an additional photo. My God. I mean, do they just expect the nerds to not go anywhere and have no social life? Oh, hang on. Then they have the hilarious etiquette rules. Okay, so number 8. Oh no, better read it in order. Nah, anyway. Number 1, do not ask for hugs or kisses. Because Jam's ill. No inappropriate touching of the guests whatsoever, e.g., yes, they needed an e.g., grabbing them on the bottom, etc.
That one must have been put there for
Number
me.
3, do not ask self-centered questions. Like what? What do they class as a self-centered question? Excuse me, will you sleep with me?
Yes. Oh, you were giving an example. I knew that.
Please refrain from asking the question, I think they meant guess questions about the following: sex, finances, politics, personal religious beliefs, or personal relationships. Well,
Wow.
What else is there to talk about? Seriously. We've based 3 years on a radio show with all of that.
Yes.
The 5th thing you're not allowed to do: please do not ask the guests to remove their shirts. They're British men. I don't think they're going to be tanny and pretty.
No.
Just
no.
saying.
Now, Karen Gillan, wouldn't mind.
Number 6, try to keep the questions as short and as clear as possible.
Well, what else do you have to ask them?
Well, after they've cut out sex, finances, politics, personal religious beliefs, and personal relationships. And
Boring! All you can ask is, what's your favorite color?
what device do you like taking to paranormal investigations? That one's for you, Greg, because I know you freaking hate that question. Please do not ask guests for autographs and photographs outside the official autograph and photograph sessions. Haha, because then they can't make no cashola off your ass. And finally, please listen to the hub staff at the events. Duh. It's
Okay,
a stampede. Hoof it on over to Facebook. Anyway.
Okay, so just for comparison,
Mm-hmm.
I decided to look up Wizard World Comic Con, Louisville, because they're not showing the New Orleans information anymore.
Of course not.
Okay, of course not. So, just for shits and giggles, I looked up the VIP.
Yep.
The VIP package. This is just to get into the event. $200.
Yep.
Okay. Matt Smith. Just Matt Smith. As in, like, I'm not exactly sure what it all entails, but it's just called the VIP experience. Regular price, $400.
Uh-huh.
And I don't know if that includes the photo ops or anything like that. It doesn't have it mentioned. But here is what's messed up. They also have, like, a couple of other... they have James Marsters, or whatever his name is, from Buffy.
Spike!
Yeah.
He's got a sexy voice.
His VIP price, $200.
Nice.
Jason David Frank meet and greet, $99.
Mm-hmm.
Neil Adams, I don't know who that is.
Me neither.
$400.
Whoa. Okay.
WWE superstar Randy Orton,
Yeah.
$200. So why is Matt like $400 and everyone else is like $200?
Because, of course, everybody's got to pay for his ticket over and over and over and over again.
From what I understand, the way it worked when at New Orleans was you paid if you were VIP, you paid VIP price for everyone, which means if you wanted to see Stan Lee and Norman Reedus and Matt Smith, you paid VIP for every single thing you did.
Mm-hmm.
So That means you also had to buy your VIP package, $200. Then another $400 for Matt Smith.
Mm-hmm.
Then turn around and say you want to see James Marsters, pay another $200.
Mm-hmm.
That's a little ridiculous. And I'm not sure that includes the photo op and the autograph. That just means you're first in line.
Yeah, it just means that, rather than lining up for 12 hours, you're only there for 6.
So that's ridiculous, guys. Come on.
Exactly. I mean, in Matt's case, okay, maybe they're just paying for his insurance because we know he is a little bit accident prone.
Just a little bit.
So maybe we're all paying our own personal insurance.
Just in case he trips and falls on you. I'd be okay with that. I'm just saying.
As long as he didn't do any permanent damage.
We were both naked.
No, you can't do that. That's in the rules.
But if it was an accident, if he shows up naked and I happen to be naked too, completely coincidental, and then he accidentally trips and falls on me while naked, that was an accident and was not brought on by me. Therefore, I have found a loophole. Now, if I accidentally trip him, they can't prove that.
I'm sorry. No, you're not.
I'm so sorry. No, right there. A little harder.
Oh, yeah. Breakfast radio.
Come on, I've been mostly clean for 3 years. I get one.
Oh, goodness. So, yeah, if you're going to be in Sydney, Perth, Adelaide, Melbourne over the beginning of March, and you have bottomless,
pockets.
Yeah, them. Good luck.
Get me another autograph, and this time have him personalize it. I don't care if it's the Jackie Spade or my other name. And if he runs screaming, oops.
Yeah, because we want someone to go and pay that money, walk in and go, hey, yeah, you know the girl that gave you the dream catcher? Yeah, she says hi.
Ah!
And be like, pardon?
Only if I would only be okay if he ran screaming for me if he did the drunken giraffe as he went.
I'm not even going to ask.
The drunken giraffe, never mind, it's you. He did a dance in the end episode of season 5 during Amy and Rory's wedding. It's called the drunken giraffe.
I'll take your word for it.
Oh my god.
Do I need to hand back my nerd card now?
Yes.
Okay. Can I give it to you after the show?
Yes.
Okay.
No, after the show, I'm finding a video, and I'm going to show you, and you will know what the drunken giraffe is, so you can understand that joke.
But by then it's too late.
It doesn't matter! I will know that you know!
Oh, dear. Let's see. We have approximately 7 minutes. 7
Woo.
minutes. 7 minutes in heaven, maybe? I don't know. Yeah, wouldn't that be cool on our breakfast radio?
Do you realize that the only way we could do that is if we both started going at the microphone?
I'm not going to do that.
Do it one time. One time for me.
Yeah.
Yay, we made that on air.
So I'd like to thank a few people. Thank you to my mum, who has pretty much turned up to just about every single show, even when you guys couldn't hear me and, or couldn't hear Jackie or whoever, and it was just a one-sided and it was a big disaster.
Was amazing.
I'd like to thank my Uncle Russell and the occasional family member who probably doesn't want to be mentioned by me because we're not talking at the moment, so that's fantastic. And then we have Russell from the other program that used to be on PQRN, but I don't think it is anymore, and that was Residual Hauntings Revived. And occasionally Jess the Geek Girl would turn up. Steve, otherwise known as Dr. whatever the number was, he's kind of cool. And he probably doesn't even know that I'm saying this right now, but anyway, dude, you're cool. And then we have Serenity and Greg. Dude, you gave us the outlet that we could be completely, amazingly ridiculous every single damn week.
And pretty much said, as long as you don't cuss out too badly on air, go for it. And we're like, okay. And I'm pretty sure they regretted that ever since.
Mm-hmm. And, keeping your music license going, even though, we didn't pay it every single month. Allowing me to play some of the most ridiculously stupid music that you guys have ever heard.
Yes.
Don't
forget your writers, people.
Oh yes, thank you to Marianne for allowing us to interview her. I think she was our only celebrity interview in the 3 years that we were on air. Who else? I think. Oh, Chris.
I was fixing to say Chris.
Chris and Krista, my 2 Burn Bright buddies. And then I think it's all your lot, so you can take that away.
Let's see. I would like to thank Janie for being there as often as she could because, she had to work. But even when she wasn't in the room, she was still supporting us from the background, even going as far as being on the show, which I think she was probably one of the only guest stars we had.
I think so.
Let's see. Then there's Joanna for showing up whenever she could, which is made increasingly difficult by the fact that she has a 3-year-old wandering around.
Mm-hmm.
And a husband sometimes. Same thing.
Amen to that.
Let's see. Alvario, even though he just now recently became a Friday Ketchuper, but he showed up as often as he could, which was pretty much every show we did.
And he was responsible for the Matt Smith thing, so yeah.
Exactly. Let's see. Jordan, who usually is working, but she tries to listen as often as she possibly can.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
We forgot one.
Phil.
Well, Phil, yes. Thank you, Phil. It's fantastic that you come. Allie.
Mm-hmm.
Allie.
Definitely a huge thank you to Allie for not only supporting us and helping us with the music license a couple of times, but for coming... Well, no, yeah, we did have another guest star. Sorry. My bad. She's so much a part of us, it's almost... it's weird to call her a guest star.
No, she's just awesome.
So, yeah, definitely a huge thank you to Allie for supporting us even when, we didn't really have a lot of people, because let's face it, between just her individual support has been pretty damn awesome.
And then Sunny.
Sunny.
And Sunny.
Yes, definitely.
Yep.
Because she's pretty much, with few exceptions, shown up to every show.
And when she hasn't shown up, there's been a really, really good reason, like, what was it, knee replacement or something?
Yep, and I think a couple of hurricanes and things like that.
Yeah, completely reasonable reasons not to show up.
Let's see. I'm trying really hard to make sure that we don't forget anyone because, let's face it, no, our numbers have not been huge, but each person that has shown up has helped make this more and more special.
And though it hasn't been a great number, it's been constant, so that's excellent.
Exactly. I mean, we always see numbers at least somewhere between 5 and 10 every week, and that is amazing. So definitely thank you to each and every single person for helping to make this show as awesome as it was.
Exactly, because without you guys, we wouldn't be here. Yay!
And also, I guess, a big thank you to the Facebook people who don't necessarily listen, but they do support and they pass on and share information, such as Kira and oh god, I forgot his name. Oh god.
Whoops.
Shannon, there we go. I got it.
And Anita Bell, who really, really badly wanted to be sharing our link so that people would go and listen, but unfortunately because people weren't wearing their glasses, they thought it was porn, not PQRN. So she apologised profusely, but, she was losing subscribers. I'm thinking, come on. Anyway, Thanks for that, Anita. It was very, very wonderful.
I think, as far as I know, I think I've only got like one more, and that's a girl named Leica.
Mm-hmm.
She comes in every so often and supports us. She's definitely shown up a few times when I've DJ'd. So, and also another big thank you to Greg and Serenity from me for letting me come in, practice my DJing skills, and talking me through all this nonsense and not giggling at me too hard.
Yeah, too hard. They'd hit mute when they need to have a really good fit.
Exactly.
Yeah. I think that's pretty much it, isn't it?
I think so. If we did happen to forget someone, we are incredibly sorry, but you are just as special as everyone that we've mentioned.
Exactly. And I guess it now comes down to thank you, Greg and Serenity, again for giving a pathetic little Aussie chick a fantastic chance on your radio network and, you know, allowing me to introduce you guys to my friend who helped me be not so damn lame all the time.
No, there is one more I did forget.
Who?
Thank you, Belinda.
Aww.
For giving me this opportunity I realize that we always joke with each other that I kind of jumped in and stole your show.
No, you saved the show, honey.
But, I mean, I remember the first time that I went on air with you, even though no one could hear me. It was still very terrifying. And very, you know, I definitely... I learned a lot, and I learned like how to be confident.
Aww. Oh.
So I definitely picked up a lot of things that I wouldn't have done before, and I've definitely learned how to be way more spontaneous.
And learned that you are still way more funny than I am.
But we work well together. I wouldn't be nearly as funny without you.
Aw, thank you. And thank you for saving my ass, because it was seriously in a sling.
It's a nice ass. I don't mind saving it.
It's actually bigger than my boobs right now, which is fantastic. Anyway, on
There
that
you
bombshell, we'd like to thank you all for listening to Friday Ketchup. Unfortunately, we don't know what's going to happen next, so stay tuned to our Facebook pages, and we will let you know what is going to be the next chapter for Friday Ketchup. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Well, what's in my future? Well, I'll be appearing nightly in the in the lounge, in the Lobo Lounge.
And this has been the Friday Ketchup, powered by the ParaQuest Radio Network. Remember to catch the Hostess with No Ghostess every Friday, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the ParaQuest Radio Network.
Not
Balls.
balls.
Dag. You can take my freedom!